Hello, Dr. Tawana Worlds by birth, also known as a disruptor. Did you know that millions who grow up in poverty also die in poverty? Have you ever heard the saying, what good can come out of the hood? Well, I'm here to disrupt for just a minute. Yes, I was that little girl that grew up in the hood, grew up in the ghetto, single mother, absent father, eating out of the trash can just to survive. But I was also that girl that determined way back then that I was not going to become a product of my past. And now I help others do the same thing. I'm not a victim, I'm a victor. I help men and women from similar backgrounds find value in their own vault and create wealth from within. Hey, what's going on, y'all? Real quick, hey. I'm not going to be here long at all. Hope all is well. Let me go ahead and welcome my other cousins on here real quick. And forgive the nose sniffs and all of that stuff. I'm about to tell y'all about all that in just a moment, okay? What's going on, Instagram cousins? It is your girl, Dr. Tawana Worlds. I'm coming by here real short, sweet, straight to the beat. Want to say a quick hello to my YouTube cousins, my Facebook cousins, all my cousins, okay? Welcome if you are a new cousin. And welcome back if you always come and kick it in the chat with Dr. T, okay? I want to ask everybody just real quickly to please share this, okay? It absolutely costs you anything. It's free. That is the price of admission over here on these live streams, okay? And again, I'm going to be real short, sweet, straight to the beat, under an hour. I literally got like 30, 35 minutes. Wanted to share this real quick, okay? I love my people. I don't care what color you is, but I really have a heart for my people, okay? And there's a dangerous game that is being played that just does not affect my people. And what is coming is going to predominantly affect my people, but it's not just affecting us anymore. Now, you know, we, whether white, black, Mexican, Chinese, it don't matter. We see what it really is, okay? Not going to spend a whole lot of time there. The reason why I said part of my sniffles, I'm out here in Texas, okay, where this flood has taken place and taken out all these children. When it comes to the kids, y'all, it doesn't matter, okay? When it comes to human beings, I'm going to say that first. An injustice to one is an injustice to all. And I'm not some crazy woman because I done been touched by the government. Everybody that has been following me know that. I have 2 dead children, okay, in the ground from a system. So I'm here on purpose. I'm here to make noise. I'm here to sound the alarm. I'm here to stand up for the cause of the injustice. And when I first moved here, some of you guys do know, some of you guys don't know, I'm originally from the West Coast. Born and raised here. If you would have ever told me that I would live outside of the West Coast, be like, you is a lie from the pits of hell, okay, all the way beneath the pits of hell. If you could have told me or convinced me, nevertheless, in 2020, Most High God told me and my family to come to Texas, move here, and for many different reasons. But upon us getting here, I noticed that, and it's not that it don't happen in Los Angeles because they spray the airs a lot too, but not as excessive as Texas. I'm like, when I first got here, you know, because I'm a person that likes to see the beauty of God's creation, meaning I look up at the sky. You know, I'm not too social media out and, you know, cyborg out that I don't pay attention to nature. I like to look up in the clouds. I like to see his artwork in the skies, right? And so I noticed when I got here and I filmed a lot of this, like it was something that would not shake my spirit Why are they, this is poisoning people. That's all I can think about. Why are they spraying this stuff so heavily? I mean, my husband and my family was like, girl, why are you so fixated on that? Because it was a real big problem. And another thing that I noticed was that they continuously try to block out the sun. Now, melanated people know, and if you don't know, you're about to know, we have to rely on the sun to build our immune system because we don't have enough vitamin D, vitamin C foods. You know, our stuff is watered down garbage. And so, one thing that I do know just from my medical background and information that um, we need vitamin D for not just the immune system. That's what keeps cancer away in us, you know, skin cancers and different things of that sort. The pigmentation of our skin needs it. So I realized that, you know, right after Divock 19 COVID, that the sun was being messed with a lot. And so I started documenting it, y'all. I'm going to talk really fast because I don't have a lot of time. I actually came by here to share some ways. And that's why I'm saying all of this. We better be doing something now. Real talk. These people are mad. These people are out of their dang old minds. When that good book say you will see evil on another level, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That is alive and well. It is not just in a book, in some pages. Nevertheless, I started documenting it a lot. And then that snowstorm happened. When that snowstorm happened, you know, they gave a little warning like, hey, y'all need to go get some extra food, you know, make sure this is going to be a pretty, you know, bad snowstorm. I mean, not catastrophic. They said bad, but not catastrophic. So during that snowstorm, you know, what I did realize was that certain houses had power and certain houses did not have power. And we was all on the same blocks. I was like, what in the hell is going on? And this ain't no lie. I went viral for it. I showed receipts, okay? Certain people that had certain politicians, like they signs out in front of their yards, had power. And certain people who didn't or had the opposite didn't have no dang on power. It wasn't no political game for me. It was real life. I had just had twins that had just got out of the NICU a couple months prior to that. We had to sleep in our van. And then, you know, we were in a position to actually go and stay in a hotel for however long we wanted to because we had the means to do so. But the people who did not have the means to do so, they died. We was driving around in the snow, skidding the whole 9 yards. We had one guy at Pizza Hut that gave us favor because everything was closed. These people couldn't get no food. We had another brother who I'm still connected to. This day I met him because I decided to go viral, not on purpose. I just decided to tell the truth about what was really going on. So when I got to the hotel and I seen that the power workers, the people that were supposed to be restoring the service, was staying in the hotels and never moving their trucks. So I go out there and I confront them. I'm like, how y'all in the warmth? And there's people out there that have heart machines and all kind of machines that they need to be plugged up to, and they don't have power. I leave this hotel every day, drive all the way back across town in my neighborhood to help save some of the elderly people and the children that are over there that can't get access to food and stuff. The shelves was empty. It was crazy. Like something I had never seen. I couldn't believe that we were living in Texas, in a part of the United States, and everybody else was experiencing sun, and it was normal for them. Meanwhile, people was drinking pool water, dying. People was actually, you know, trying to warm themselves with barbecue grills, killing themselves from carbon monoxide poisoning. It was crazy. Okay, and so after the virality, I'm a really introverted person, a closed person. You know, I come out when I need to and I sound the alarm and then I go on about my business. So a lot of people start following me then, way back then. And the message has never changed. These people don't give a hot diggity dog about us. And when I seen that with my own eyes, and that also exposed another atrocity, because people was like, them people down there drinking pool water, and at least y'all have water. There's a whole my apostle called me and was like, there's a whole town in Texas nearby you that has not had water in hundreds of years. And they live right across the street from the reservoir. So I went and did a documentary on it. It's an all minority community. They never had water. If their houses burn up, it burn up. And it's a land grab, okay? That's the reason why they won't give them no water. They don't want them there. So the families that used to be there, they literally got pushed out into the city because they never knew what it was to bathe or have drinking water. They would allow bottles of water to come in, and they would give it to the church, one big church, and he would distribute bottles of water like this, and like 2 or 3 cases a week coming in from China. And so I exposed that. I don't care about exposing anything, okay? Greater is he that is in me than he that is in this world. And that's for sure. And I'm not afraid. When you touch me, you touch the wrong person, right? So this flood that happened was another, and I'm going to talk about that later. I'm not going to get too much in it today, but I'm just giving y'all laying a foundation about really why I'm here real quick, in and out. What happened to the people up there by that Guatemala River? It just reeks of, if you did not release the dam, okay? I didn't even see that much rain. I want y'all to pay attention to things. You got all this surges of water. You should have that type of rain, okay, coming down to match the current, to match all these videos of water just flowing houses down. But you don't even see that type of torrential rain coming down. I'm right here in Texas. I know they've been modifying it, baby. I've been documenting it for a very long time. I've been crying out to the Lord. I'm like, how is these people saying that they for this, but they allow this? And when I found out who is behind it, I said, oh, okay, bet. Because I'm thinking, like, can't the government do something about these people constantly being sprayed? Not to include the stuff that you spraying in there that you say don't hurt people, but if you got too much of it, it starts producing respiratory infections and symptoms. Okay, catch my drift? We don't know how much y'all instilling and installing into the atmosphere. We don't know. But you keep on spraying the skies heavily. Now you got all these people that got to overflow the hospital with respiratory symptoms and RSV and, all of this stuff, okay? When I found out that it's the military itself spraying this stuff, I was done. I really was. Because I was like, Lord, shouldn't the government be saying something about this? This is excessive. Baby, when I tell you we ain't had no sun, it's July and raining. I got footage of it this morning. How is half of the sky blue and half of the sky with a big old dark, ugly, demonic cloud full of rain? It just don't make no sense. I have been documenting this. So what happened down in Texas, I can't think of the city, the exact city. It's not close to us, but it's very intentional. That's for sure. Not to mention this whole third party. This is where I wanted to really get to, okay? Y'all see the headlines. Y'all see, Trump and Musk, and they feuded, and now Musk say he gonna create this third party. Let me tell y'all why this is so dang demonic and evil, okay? The third party that we thinking they talking about, Americans first. No. You talking about Antichrist first. You talking about beast first. You talking about a man that is not even from this country. Y'all better think about what the Antichrist description is. Okay? This person is not from normally. This person is just, he don't worship his father. Y'all got to just check it out. I'm going to come back later on and get into real good detail about it, okay? But I need y'all to go and research yourself. what Elon Musk is really trying to create here. And trust and believe, it ain't no American party. That's for sure. This is the same man who installs brain chips to get people, to think, with they brain and move computers and give back people life when they die and stuff. Pay attention to what's going on. They play in a very dangerous game, and this is the reason why we only have a small window of time to get what we need and do what we need to do. Okay, because what is coming, it has already been established. It has already been written. You can either get with it or you can get left behind. One of the two. Okay, and the way things are set up, if they were just to implement their system tomorrow, there's a lot of people that would definitely take the mark of the beast. I know that for facts. Just because you failed to prepare, it's the story of the 10 wise virgins and the 10 foolish ones. The wise ones say, "No, go buy your own oil." You over here asking for something we had to pay a price for. No, go buy your own oil, because everybody's supposed to have their own. Okay, you're not supposed to be in a position where in a midst or an event of an emergency, now you got to literally, hey, you think you can help me, because it's going to be each man his own. Now is the time to prepare. Now is the time to prepare. God has people in this earth, trust and believe, I'm one of them, who is building something for his people. But for the most part, you is on your own. Outside of God, you is on your own. If you don't get with a community now, you are on your own. Seriously. And it is what it's going to be. Okay. So I'm going to come back later on and I'm going to talk a little bit more about that. I'm going to take the next 20 minutes that I do have before I have to get up off of here to explain how I'm getting prepared and how you can too. I told my brothers, my cousins, okay, that I will come by here and share some mentorship opportunities that you guys have, um, you know, the ability to take advantage of to help you get in a better position. I'm not out here trying to um, work for nothing that's going to take me too long to get what I need in speed, okay? That's the way I'll say that. I don't have 40, 80 hours to go and clock for a minimum wage, because that's not going to help me and my family. By the time I get that, that goes back out to bills. That goes back out to y'all. And there's a lot of people struggling real, real bad right now because of that. Everything else has gone up except your money. And that's where the problem is, okay? Can we save our lives? No, but we can preserve them. That's for sure, okay? We can preserve them. Think about a can of peas that has been preserved. It is set in, okay? It is submerged in an ingredient that keeps the natural taste, the natural flavor, even being submerged, okay? And years later, it still tastes as if it was picked that day. That's what preservation means. I can make sure we come out of this not harmed. I can make sure we come out of this, ahead of the curve and not behind it. I can make sure me and my family come out of this swimming versus sinking. That's what this really is. So I told you guys, because I've been sharing a lot of, low ticket. And that don't mean that these low ticket won't give you cash injection. Low ticket does give you cash injection. You implement the information, okay? If you buy a credit suite from me, work it in your life, and then turn around and now you got a resource to sell to somebody else. Okay. That's called a cash injection. Not a real business, it's a side hustle. Honestly. It's a way for you to get money into your bank account or your Stripe account or your Cash App account or whatever account you're using. That's what the $97 low tickets, and I've shared those with y'all to where I'm not going to share those anymore. I specifically said that I was going to come back here and talk about the mentorships, okay? Give the final call on the mentorships. I'm still getting phone calls about your programs, what they entail, what we going over. So that's what I'm here for, okay? I wanted to tell y'all that because I'm going to come back by here later if time permits, and the good Lord says the same. I'm going to come back by here and tell y'all why we got about that much time. Literally. It's a dangerous game being played. And when I tell you, I ain't never seen the government be able to unalive this many people and literally get away with it. Yeah, it's real bad. Fentanyl, 300,000 of them gone. Okay, you got floods. Look at what happened in Tennessee. All the people that was just taken out with just a opening of the dam. Okay, then you got this that had happened down here in Texas. I'm gonna say it. I'm not saying allegedly. If that river was not released, it definitely was sea cloudy. Okay, and I ain't seen no rain come down there to produce that much water. Now y'all go look at the videos. If you got some, send them to me. Because I done looked. The rain coming down ain't matching the turret. And the current, it's just not. This water is powerful. This water look like it came rushing out of, I mean, I got some footage to show y'all, okay? But if you find some out there, let me know. What I'm doing out here, I'm buying land. I'm getting back to the basics, okay? I'm not trying to be Cardi B, Beyonce. I'm not trying to be like anybody in the world, okay? I'm going after what God originally gave us, and that's the true wealth. Gold, silver, gold is at an all-time high. Silver is rising, okay? Land, gold and silver and all of that stuff is about to be the legal tender. Come back later, I'm going to show y'all those receipts. I'm going to show you how many states is already accepted gold and silver as legal tender because the dollar is going to die. Literally. All of this stuff is one just big old play, okay? And I don't want you to get hurt. So I'll talk about this community first, okay? One of the easiest ways to me, through my experience, digital products are good. It's a gold mine right now, okay? But y'all know in the gold rush, there was a time when people, the first comers, people that got there first, they got rich, really, really, really rich. By the time everybody else heard the noise, when they start coming, there wasn't much gold to mine. There wasn't much gold to find. But they loved it. It was a ploy to get the people to move from all over the place because they know already who had found the gold. But once they got there, uploaded, uprooted their family, drove all the way to the West Coast, California, didn't find no gold. They was like, we might as well adapt here, settle here, work here, blah, blah, blah. Okay. It's all a play. It's a play. But that's what digital products is right now. It's a gold mine. It's absolute way to make you some fast cash. And if you need fast cash, that's one of the ways you can make fast cash. You can actually start making money in like an hour using digital products, okay? But now I'm talking about where you need to get wealth, okay? So the very first community that I want to talk about is, which is one of my favorites, whether this is virtual or in person, when you are able to host an event, okay? It is a very lucrative industry, very lucrative industry. Easy to do six figures from an event, whether you're doing it or you're putting it together. If you're a behind the scenes person, event planning and that type of stuff is really, really, really big, right? You can host back to school events for radio stations. You can host back to school events for the White House. I mean, you can put together back to school events for the community. Lots of support, very lucrative industry. Many people don't know about it. I've been doing events since 2008, 2009. Okay. And it's never been easier to do them now. It used to be a lot of hard work, heavy lifting, a lot of, planning on. It ain't that hard no more. It's really not with all of these tools that we have readily available. But I don't care how hard it is. If you can make $100,000 in a weekend or one day, because you can get $100,000 in a day, okay, with a mastermind in the sky. I teach you all of this inside of this community. And I'm not teaching everybody how I envision things is let me go ahead and teach a handful of people this that will go ahead and teach a handful and we can reach more people that way. Okay. So I don't ever try to teach or reach out to massive amount of people. That's not my comfortability space. So when I say like, oh, it's 4 or 5 of y'all that can get in on this, I'm just trying to put you up onto something that is life changing. And I only want to do it with a handful, okay? Because I still have to use my time wisely. And it takes a lot of time and it takes a lot of energy, okay, to be able to mentor that many people. I used to have hundreds of people in my classes. And then right after the class ended, I was no good for my family. I would have to go get in the bed literally. Like all the energy was drained out of me. And I said I would never do that again. So I work in small numbers. But there's all kind of ways that you can put together events. There's all kind of different events you can put together, from parties to baby showers to back to school events, to some people have like yearly events like um, run-a-thons and different things of that sort. And you can be the go-to, the behind the person, establish you a team, and really make some good substantial income. And the reason why I'm saying that, because you can put together an event um, in a matter of minutes. Okay. It's a whole entire framework how you do it. You get access to like luxury items, especially if you want to do luxury. And the reason why I say luxury is because you have high paying clients in that niche. Anybody that's celebrity status, actor status, something like that is looking for luxury events. You can do weddings, you can do baby showers, bridal events, so many different, and you can do this online. Okay. Like I said, in dispatch a team, you can be in Texas and put together an event in Paris. You can be in Texas and put together an event in New York. Okay. And there's just a way to do that. How to get, props and all of this stuff, how to get airtime for the local, news people to air your event. So many different things. You're going to learn a lot. But if I could be 1000% honest with y'all, outside of funding, this is the most lucrative industry to be in. Honestly, I did 300,000 in digital products. Okay, I did $1 million in digital products, not all at one time, but in digital products. But this is where you're put in a better position. Meaning, um, I may do $100,000 in digital products, but that's sporadic here, there, here, there, here, there. But I do an event and I got $100,000. That puts me in a better position. If I want to go buy 20 acres of land right now, under $100,000, I just made $100,000 in the weekend. And then I host one every 3 months, or I host one every month, and make another 100,000 the following month. Then I can rinse, wash, and repeat. Okay, now I can start putting something on the dirt. I can start building, shelter and different things of that sort. So I have the events, how to do masterminds in the sky, how to do conferences in Dubai, like how to scale it, even how to do 7 figures. It's really $1 million events, okay? Because there's a framework. You're going to make so much on the front end, and then you're going to turn around and make another set on the back end, giving you a 7-figure payday just off events only. Okay. You don't have to own no event space to do this. You just need the framework. And so I have that community for $1,000. I regularly charge $5,000 to get into this mentorship. And I also don't publicize it a lot. I don't mention it. Okay. But everything that I offer is something that I took before God and say, we need money, we need rapid revenue. Show us ways how to get it. What should I give to your people? And then he give it to me. But been doing events. Okay, got one planned for August, which I'm going to talk about in just a second. So I have that. If you are called to authorship, if you have a book inside of you, beloved, you have, the reason why you don't have no money is because you haven't opened up your mouth. Your words are your wealth. And this is real life. I mean, I don't have to convince you. Everybody that's wealthy has a book. That'll speak for itself. Okay. The richest man on planet Earth, named Solomon, was wealthy because he told stories. The savior of this world was known for telling stories they call parables. Okay. Success leave clues. Every speaker, every person that you see that have great influence has a book, and that book led into speaking engagements and so forth and so on. And that is why they are who they are. That's why they have influence. They can go and sit with these people in high places and minister to them if they call it that. And then they can come on down here to the hood and minister to them people as well. Okay. But if you were born to write a story, if you were born to tell a story, and we all were just to be honest, it is written that we overcome by the blood that's already done and the word of our testimony. A lot of us are sick because we ain't told nobody. Especially in my community, we've been taught to sweep stuff under the rug. So you got a whole bunch of infected people because they haven't told anybody their story. They cannot help anybody else out because they have not opened up their mouth. And when you begin to help people, you help you. Okay. So I have books, stages. I have books, bestseller, and stages, mentorship. That is where, oh, wow. Oh, okay. I just got a message. I'm so sorry. I have to, I have to beat it in 5 minutes. So I have the books, bestseller, and stages. Help you write your book or a book or somebody book if you want to become a ghostwriter. Help you take it to bestseller status in 48 hours after the book is written. The book can be written using AI tools in 24 hours. You can have a published book. Okay. You can absolutely have a published book in 72 hours, bestseller status. We launch a whole strategy to get you the bestseller. It's not about how many books you sell, it's about the strategy. Okay. And then we begin to book you on stage and set up your podcast, different things of that sort. You come in person, you get shoots. You come to a carpeted event where you can start creating your sizzle reel so that you can reach your targeted audience. It comes with a lot of perks, okay? And this is for those who really know it's time for them to tell their story. Only way you're gonna get out of bondage is to tell people about it, okay? So I have that. And I have the land banking. If y'all want to know where to go buy 20, 40, 60 acres of land, okay, I have lists where you can go buy houses and land. And this is something else outside of land banking. This is sheriff sales list where you can go buy houses for $300. Right now, I have a list where you can go buy you some houses for $300 in real life. I may share some of that later on. If I can show you receipts, because I always like to show y'all receipts, but I'm gonna just tell y'all right now, okay? Maybe later on the price is gonna go up. That's why I came by here real briefly, real quickly, to just offer this because I've been saying it for the last few lives, and people is like, when you gonna get to the mentorship? There's a lot of things going on, so I try to make the time right here, right now. But if you want to get access to land banking, how to sell land, flip land, build new developments on land, offer your land to the government to receive subsidies, contracts, different things of that sort, to lend out your land, you can go purchase a piece of land for $500 and then turn around and let the government utilize it, buy it from you for like 3 to 5 years for like $500,000 contract. Okay. So that's land banking. I have that mentorship. That is $1,000. And last but never least, okay, this is new, hot off the press, and I got 3 minutes to give it to y'all, and then I gotta go. If you are interested in any of these mentorships, the information is on the screen. It is also in the description of the video. Okay, how you can go ahead and secure your spot, how you can make your payment, include your email, all of that is right there for you. But this is a new one. Okay. I wouldn't call these transitional houses because they are not transitional houses. They are non-emergency, non-medical homes for like prisoners coming out, people that have been in rehabilitation, foster children. It is a big bag, okay? It is a big bag. These are Medicaid, people that are on Medicaid, and different other programs where they have come. And I've mentioned this before. If you had a home that has 4 bedrooms in there, okay, and you put 2 to a room, they paying you $750, $800 per person for you to be able to house them in this home while they, transition into mainstream. You don't got to have no counseling session, none of that. It's a place where they, can come and live and do their business. If they got to go check into probation or they got to go, apply for jobs, different things of that sort. Okay. And it pays really, really well. You do not have to own any property. Okay. There's a way to do it. We can actually have it up and running in 2 weeks or less, which you get your first client, how to get your leads, where to find the people at, that will actually absolutely pay for you to house them. There are so many people looking for housing, to house, like I said, parolees, people that are in the halfway house, and they ain't just like violent people. No, not at all. Some parents, um, some people put their parents like in nursing homes. The government will pay you $72,000 a year to just have them in your house. Okay, instead of you putting them in a nursing home, they're not sick or anything of that sort. Okay, the family just can't take care of them. I have a mentorship where I'm gonna show you all of the deets. Okay, this mentorship is originally $7,000. Why is it this much? Because you get access to all of that, state contracts, Medicaid, the whole 9 yards. Okay, we're gonna get you booked and busy, and you never even have to step foot inside of one of the homes. You can literally put together a team to do it for you in any state, wherever you want to. Okay, and they looking for you. Trust me, you can call the Department of Social Services, so many different places, in-home supporter services, and get your homes booked and busy. So I have this mentorship. Okay, it is $1,000 as well. Your first client gonna pay you $750. Okay, first client gonna pay you $750. So the investment is $1,000 for you to keep reaping thousands of dollars, literally over and over and over again. You can start this in multiple states, multiple places. I'm only taking a handful, maybe 5 to 7 people, and showing them how to come get this money in this space. Okay. You can hate Donald Trump all you want to, but he just dumped a lot of money on the state level, and I'm trying to put y'all on, cousins. Okay. I forgot to mention government contract, because right now, government contract, I'm going to put this up there real quick, 30 seconds or less. I'll show you how to get disaster emergency contracts. Let me give you an example real quick. What's happening here in Texas is disaster emergency. There's 3 levels to disaster emergency: disaster readiness, disaster preparedness, and disaster emergency 4, and disaster relief. Okay. There is a lot of money, billions of dollars available. I'm not talking about just right now as a first responder, but for those that will come in and do the cleanup. And then not only them, for those after the cleanup crew, the emergency cleanup crew come in and do what they do, they going to need long-term rebuilding. Okay. It is millions of dollars, billions of dollars available for us. And like I said, I'm going to go get mine. You can come with me. You can build with me or buy from me later. With that being said, I'm out, y'all. I love y'all. Go ahead, secure your spots. There's not many. Seating is limited. And it's first come, first serve basis, okay? But I'm here to serve you, take your hand, lead you into your financial promised land. I'm only teaching you what I do, because I only do what I teach. Love y'all, and I will see y'all soon.